Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you guys doing today? Don't mind me looking all side to side and stuff. I'm currently at my second job. Besides being a sober stripper, I work as a security guard for a company, and right now I am posted at the Van Gogh exhibit in Seattle and the Dino exhibit that we do. Just watching cameras, and really that's it. Like making sure the building's secure, which is a really cool job for what it pays and what I get to do. I was told I could read a book or like draw or do anything like that, so you know, I decided to make a story time. So this story time is gonna be about how I was 14 dating an 18-year-old and how we dated for almost 3 years. So to start off, I met this man. He was a grown man. I mean, he was 18. In high school, I did JROTC. For those of you who don't know, motherfucking, I was in that bitch. I loved doing our JROTC. It was Air Force. I started a friendship with him. He was my boyfriend at the time. It's like really good friend, and it's when I had my first threesome experience. Which was really awkward. I really never recommend that, especially being so young. I was doing it for all of the wrong reasons, basically for like my boyfriend at the time, and because I was like, why not? But it was so awkward. It was so awkward. Like, it was weird. It was fucking weird. Anyway, basically, I had that, had that experience, and it led to so we had like a threesome with a girl before, and that was like awkward. Like, that was kind of our deal. Like, if you want a threesome with a girl, then I want a threesome with a guy. And the experience of the threesome with the girl was super fucking awkward. We were so young, and I basically just had to watch my boyfriend like be with that other girl, and like that wasn't just fun. So then, like, when it came to the other experience, like, he just kind of watched me be with another guy, and that guy was like one of his friends. I mean, the girl was one of my friends too, so it was just overall weird. I wouldn't recommend it. I would not recommend it, especially not in high school. Like, we don't really know what we want then. We don't know what a threesome's like it was weird. Anyways, flash forward, me and that said boyfriend ended up breaking up for fucking jealousy and just all sorts of reasons why we broke up. But we broke up. It was quite sad for me. There's someone coming again, so I'll be right back. So my property manager just came in. The night guy basically told me that I have nothing to worry about and this building isn't haunted, but the property manager basically just told me different. And the radios keep going off, so it's like full daytime right now. I'm just by myself with the cleaning lady in here. Anyway, back to my story time. So me and my ex broke up, and I was really interested in this new guy, the guy that we like had a threesome with, because I don't know, I really don't know why I'm into like skinny guys that look like they have eating disorders. Probably because they have like, you know, like, yeah, that was the reason. That was the reason, honestly. That was the reason, honestly. And I lost my virginity way too young. Like, I was about like 13 and a half, turning 14. Definitely have trauma in that category, which is a whole nother story time that I'm sure I will cover. Either way, I really like this guy. I'm the relationship type of person. Like, I don't really just like sleep around with people. I think that comes from trauma from my mom, like constantly like having men around. So I like relationships. So, you know, I told this guy that I wanted a relationship, and he really wasn't down. He really wasn't down at first. He said I was too young and blah blah blah, because I was 14 now and he was 18, and we kind of just became really good friends. Like, we built a really good friendship, and eventually he gave me a shot. Well, when he gave me that shot, his dad kicked him out because it's illegal in California. It doesn't matter about parental consent or anything like that. Like, it's illegal. And if my mom wanted to have flipped the script at any point, she could have. She threatened it many fucking times, let me tell you. Well, he got kicked out, and I begged my mom basically to like let him move in with us, because we had a room out in the garage, so like we could be separate and like nothing crazy will be going on. So he moved in, and we started going to raves a lot. This dude was selling the green and the Sid, and, you know, looking for Molly. Was able to always keep that around. So I also got into those substances really young. I had already done like Molly before I got with him, so I was pretty with it. I was a little rave girl. Like, I started raving way too young. They used to call like the little girls, because in Sacramento, like, we have all ages events. Like, there's no age limit. There's no age under. Like, you can go. Like, there were excuse me, there was like adults who would bring their kids there, you know, and so it's all ages events, and boy, we're all ages in there, and we're redoing the craziest stuff. So I started taking like 2 points of Molly and like 2 tabs of acid when I was young, like young. This dude had a car. He was like the shit to me. Oh, that's where he was living in before my mom like let him move in. He would stay in his car, and I would stay in his car with him, because that was my man, ride or die. Like, you got kicked out of your house for me, I will sleep in the car with you. I can't remember if he had a job or not. I don't think he did. I think he was like finding, he sold weed. Like, that was the job, like, for sure. He was like the park weed dealer, and he was making money. He was for sure making money. He would go and buy like cigarettes, and we would sell them. at the park, like 50 cents a cigarette, you know? So, like, not, that wasn't the only income, like, of cigarettes, you know, but he was making money off of that for sure. We got into some crazy stuff. Like, we were going to events all the time, and we were doing a lot of drugs. He's the first guy I tried salvia with. Yeah, and I really like that he was older because he's more mature, you know? Like, I would say I was definitely, like, an immature person. I was 14, so definitely was immature, definitely was toxic, definitely threatened to, like, kick him out of my house a lot of the times. Really bad. I was not nice to him. So if you're watching this, I haven't given you a formal apology. I am sorry for my part in that relationship. I was a super young, immature girl, and it was just not good, like, at all. So we were hooking up all the time. I don't know. I'm always pretty loyal. Like, I never cheated on him or did anything sketchy like that. I was just kind of crazy. Like, I have anxiety disorder, which was undiagnosed back then. So I was just kind of crazy. And just kind of, like, always like, this person's gonna leave me. Like, so let's see how far I can fucking push your buttons before you leave, like everybody else does in my life, you know? So yeah, that was kind of it. Everybody always kind of called me weird and would be like, what are you doing, like, dating this man? And I was like, oh my god, he's so mature. Like, he's so mature. Like, what do you mean? I have an older guy. Like, I don't want to date boys my age. Fucking daddy issues. But he found a spot to live with these other older people, and, like, they said their, like, initiation is, like, to go over and, like, drink. Well, he was, like, 20, turning 21 soon. Like, it's not like he could buy a bottle or do any of that. So he graduated at 19. Like, he was a junior when we started dating, and then, like, the end of junior year, and then he was, like, a super senior, so he was 19 through, like, his senior year. And we really dated his whole senior year. Like, I was the high school girlfriend that he dated through senior year. We ended up, like, breaking up before the end of his senior year because I remember he picked me up for his graduation, and he played, like, a bunch of Eminem songs in the car that I was, like, crying on his way to graduation. But I was still there to, like, support him because I loved him and I wanted him back, and I was the one who went crazy. And yeah, there was, like, a lot of things. Like, I did self-harm at that time, so he, like, broke my window to my car one time because I was, like, in there with a razor, like, about to cut myself. Not cut myself to kill myself. Like, I cut myself because I wanted some sort of outside pain to match my inside pain, and the weed wasn't numbing, like, that feeling enough for me. So I was just, like, out there, like, about to cut myself, and he like, I'll never forget, like, him kicking my window through and, like, glass, like, shattering all over me, and, like, I really had cuts, like, all over me. It was a crazy relationship, I'm not gonna cap. Like, it was really, really crazy. And back to his roommates. Like, we went over there and like they got him faded, and they like asked how old I was, and I like lied and said I was 16. Oh no, I lied and said I was 17, even though I was 16. I don't know how my timeline's not adding up, but 14. I was 14 turning 15 when we started dating, and he was 17 turning 18. No, because he's older than my sister. So, I was 15, he was 19, 2021. We dated for those 2 years when he turned 21, and he was able to buy bottles and stuff. So, I don't exactly know my age. 15, I was 17. And I told them I was 18 or something like that, and they didn't believe me because I guess I look really young. I don't know, but either way, I was underage, definitely, in these like 26-year-old people's houses. It was like a man and a woman, and the guy always made me feel really uncomfortable, like soups uncomfortable. Like, I don't know if it was because I was a little bit cuter than his wife or because I was a young girl, but it was always weird. But they got me fucked up. They would always get me fucked up. We would always be drinking. They showed me how to grow, like, hydroponics. Like, they grew weed. Dude ended up making a connection with, like, this is the last part of the story time I'll tell you about why I was dating such an older guy. He ended up like making a connection. I don't even know who through, but it was an old African American lady that like sold weed and had somebody in prison that like needed a guy to go throw stuff over the fence, like for the prison guards. And I remember being like 3 a.m. when we would head out to go take the drive out to the prison, and my boyfriend would like crawl through the trenches. Like, there was a map that got sent to him, and then like the trench of where he would go and like throw the bag over the fucking prison. And he would get paid a lot of money like doing that, like a lot of money. And I was kind of like the lookout, like, I don't know. That's crazy. Like, now that I think about the shit that I was in, like when I was using and everything like that, like I did some crazy stuff. But I'm gonna end that video here. I'm gonna end that video there and just kind of be like, you know, if you're a young girl watching this, don't follow in my footsteps. I highly recommend going a different way. I would never date somebody 3 years older than you. 4 years older than you. I would never date somebody 4 years older than you. Especially in high school. I wish I focused on myself. I wish I wasn't like so codependent on relationships, and it would have saved us both a lot of freaking pain and misery, for sure. So that was my story time of how I was 14 dating an 18-year-old, 15 dating a 19-year-old, and then basically still talking when we were 16. So 17, 18, 19, a 20-year-old. Yeah, 2 out of 10. Would not recommend, would not do again. If I could go back and if I had a time machine, I would not do that. So yeah, that's my story time. Thanks for tuning in, potato heads. These videos are very not that good, and I understand that, but you know, I'm just getting on here and sharing my stories. So if you like it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe. trying to upload every other day and stay active on this channel. I appreciate all the love and support, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. If nobody's told you today, I'm proud of you and I love you, and you're doing a great job.